Well, Noriko, I'm glad you're feeling better because yesterday she had an absolutely awful day. She ended up having this breakdown in the mall, and the police got involved because one of the detectives was there. Kenji, our neighbor, I think downstairs, he ended up getting involved too, and he saw like how crazy we actually are, just a little bit. Uh, and then she had this like crazy thing when she got home where she's like talking to herself and acting very schizophrenic. Very interesting to say the least. But anyways, we're going to continue on from right here. I'm so delighted I woke up this morning feeling really refreshed. I was worried that my temporary incarceration at the mall would continue to stress me out today. Thankfully, my fears were unfounded. I spent the early morning cleaning up my room. I had to use some elbow grease to get a few specks of blood out of the carpet and try to clean a bit of lipstick off my mirror. Yeah, she was like kissing the mirror with her fingers and then like ripping into her skull. Very questionable behavior. I even took my medication with a tall glass of water, and I didn't skip the pills I don't like this time. It'll be some time before I feel stable, but maybe even a few weeks. But the fact that I'm already taking steps forward has done wonders for my mood. Today's the day to stay inside and work on me. I can't have another incident like yesterday. I can't break down in public and put myself at risk. Yeah, she's so lucky that did not go way worse than it did. Crazy. And I'm saying the situation was crazy and she's also crazy, so double meaning. I can't break down at home again and feed my insecurities and anxieties. I need to be strong for Corpse Girl. For me. With my room now clean, I decided to spend a little more time tidying the rest of my apartment. I mean, it looks really freaking clean to me. Like, look, there's literally nothing going on there. I don't know, she's got like a magazine or something down there. As I work, I make myself a new mental checklist of commitments, Noriko's promise list, if you will. Commitment number 1, I'm not going to lose my crap if a victim doesn't meet their demise. Just because the twin woman didn't kill herself doesn't mean I'm a failure. I had 3 successes before, and I'll have more successes again. I just need to try harder, work harder, refine my methods, and keep moving forward. And I'm not at a dead end yet. Future diary reference. I have a trick up my sleeve, after all. Kojiro's connection to the morgue may very well be the ace I need to win. Commitment number 2, I'm going to improve myself. I won't say that I'll fix myself, I'm not broken. No. Yeah, after what happened to you last night in last episode. No, you're not broken. No, of course not. You know, the whole screen wasn't just like warping and changing color because, you know, you were having a personality problem. No, not at all. I'm going to improve. I'll keep up with my medication. I'll keep up with my social life. That means keeping in touch with the few friends I have. Aoi, Shinya, and even Tomoe. Yeah, it's been really interesting. We've gotten really just a lot of focus on her and Kenji. Or not Kenji. Well, Kenji was there too. I guess a little bit focused on him. But I meant Kojiro. Their names are very similar. I don't know. I have problems with that. I'm going to eat a little bit more. Not much more, because I want to stay slim. But enough to give me more energy, more motivation. I don't want to be weak anymore. Commitment number 3, the last one. I'm going to get over Aoi. I think that's a good idea, but kind of not. I mean, is it possible she's going to get over Aoi so she can get with Kojiro? Does he's expressed interest? Maybe she actually was open to that? I'm not sure. I love her. I've loved her since high school. In those days, she always stood by me. My insecurities and anxieties never pushed her away. She knew what I was going through, what I still go through, and she could relate to me. I feel bad. I'm like, did the option I choose, was that the total wrong one? Like, maybe I saved her in a way. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. I feel like she's just stuck in the same situation still, and we kind of haven't talked to her since then. I'm wondering if maybe the other one where I gave her some space, maybe she would have been like more friendly towards me later. I don't know. I'm like, did I choose the wrong one? She has her own compulsions and anxiety to deal with, so I can't lean on her like I used to. Instead, it's my turn to help her out. But I will move on from obsessing over her. She isn't ready for a relationship, and she explained all the reasons why when she rejected me so long ago. Clinging to the hope that one day we'll be together isn't good for my current state. I need to be moving on, moving forward. I need to let go. She is and always will be my dearest friend. I'll always love her, but what I will let her remain is simply a friend, and I will find someone else to call a lover. Oh, that's hard. That is really hard to do. The last commitment really makes me feel like a weight has been lifted off my chest. Instead of obsessing over Aoi, spending countless nights lying in bed looking at her photos. Okay. Thinking about her at odd hours of the day. Instead of all that, I'll be able to move on. Even if it takes some time, I'll find someone who wants to be with me. There are plenty of other fish in the sea, as they say. Yeah, I have mixed feelings about this. I feel like, yes, this is a good thing. Like, obviously, it's not like she feels the same way. She might just be straight, or maybe she just doesn't want to ruin the friendship they have. Maybe she just doesn't like Noriko. I mean, it can be as simple as that. But probably a good idea to move on if it's just one-sided. Can't say there's anyone in particular I have my eye on just yet. My social circle is pretty limited after all. Shinya is a guy I'm simply not interested in, and there's no spark there, and there never will be. Okay, fair enough. I didn't see him as a potential. Tomoe, as irritating as I find her, is oddly alluring to me. I don't like her clothes or makeup or the whole aesthetic she has built for herself, but some part of me would kill to spend a passionate night with her. Okay. Then there's Kojiro, that weird, awkward, strange alien creature that I just can't wrap my head around. He said I'm gorgeous. He really said that. But he's too weird. I feel like he's the kind of guy that would stalk you and stab you if you ever broke up with him. Yeah. For now, I can't think of anyone I would seriously pursue, but I'll give it some time. I'll have all the time in the world. I find myself smiling as I try to finish tidying up my apartment. Having a nice, clean place to live really does help to lift the spirits. Unfortunately, I still haven't managed to get rid of that lingering sense of mold that always waves around. It's a musty odor that seems to have been ingrained in the very walls of the apartment building for at least as long as I've lived here. They should probably get that inspected. The other place you can try, I found that mold tends to grow in places where you have windows. Window seals. Like, moisture gathers there and then it grows mold. So you could check around your sliding door right there. Check around your windows. I don't know why I'm sharing this, but yeah, that's where I found mold in my house before, so... I know it's not coming from my apartment. Well, I say house, my apartment, okay? I live in an apartment, too. Freaking, I don't got that kind of money. Who could afford a house right now? Like, let's be honest, guys. Who out there is buying a house? Nobody. At least not anybody I'm friends with. As far as I can tell, my place is completely mold-free. I might not be the best at cleaning, but if nothing else, I keep disgusting mold out of my home. Yeah, I don't blame you. It's, like, terrible for you to be breathing in. Still, the occasional odor aside, my place is clean and cozy now. I lay down on my couch and stretched my body, letting my tout muscles stiffen and then relax. The day is still early and it feels good that all my chores are already complete. The icing on the cake is the fact that Corpse Girl has 2 new requests sitting patiently in her inbox. I logged in early and saw them, but decided to sort out my cleaning first. Now I can reward myself by spending the rest of the day working on my new request. I can hardly contain my excitement at the prospect. 2 requests to work on is better than I could ever hope for, and I'm sure at least one of these new victims will fall. Hopefully she made sure that they have to have a photo attached, because that was a problem last time she had 2. My positive attitude will go a long way to ensuring my success this time. Yes, this is such a thing to be positive for, right? Like, yes, I'm gonna send this person a photo of themselves dead and hope that they kill themselves. You know, great. Unable to restrain myself anymore, I snatch up my laptop from its charging port next to the couch. I flip open the lid and gaze at the photos I downloaded earlier. My 2 new victims, fresh blood. Why does every dude look like he works at our bank? Every person. This first is an older male, maybe in his 50s, typical businessman type. He might as well be a clone of every other nondescript man you see on the subway, at the supermarket, on TV. If I had to guess, I'd take a leap and say his miserable wife wants him out of the picture. It's probably one of the monsters that's always fighting him. This looks like Saitama. Maybe he's unhappy with their finances, or she's having an affair, or she's just tired of his clone face and his clone personality. He just needs to, like, shave off his eyebrows. Regardless, someone wants this unremarkable man removed from the face of this unremarkable world. The second victim is much, much more interesting. Interesting? Where did you get this picture? Well, this is a very interesting picture. What is she, like a model or something? A few things strike me as noteworthy about this photo. Firstly, the cleavage, of course. Yes, I forgot. We're dealing with Noriko. She's into girls, so of course she notices that. Secondly, the image is a photograph of a photograph. Somebody has snapped a picture of an actual physical photo and uploaded it to the site. This photograph is in good condition, as though its owner values it above all else. The signature is described across it. It's scribbled across it in white ink. An autographed photo of someone who's perhaps moderately famous. I don't recognize the woman in question, but the signature is such a mess I can't make out a single kanji in her name. Yeah, that literally just looks like a scribble. Regardless, I'd be willing to bet that a disgruntled fan is requesting her death. If she's an idol or a singer or an actor, it would be unheard of something like this to happen. A fanboy gets to meet her a few times, they shake hands at events, whatever. He asks her out and she politely declines. Okay, question though. How did he get her phone number? Or she. It could be a she that is doing this. Stupid flies. It's the one thing I hate about summer. You get all the little, like, fruit fly gnat things. They're always bugging me. Then the obsession begins. If the fanboy can't have her, no one can. Kill her, kill her. Yeah, that's a true thing. This is a real thing that happens. Also, the theory I slowly pieced together as I examined some of the finer details of the photo. I don't know if that's the case, though, because how would you get an idol's phone number? The reasons behind the quest don't matter. They never matter. I'll kill them all the same. I'm going to work on the woman's photo first. I'll timestamp her photo with tomorrow's date, and I'll send it to her this afternoon. That should give her about 24 hours to give up on life and light herself on fire. Oh, okay. Sure, yeah, just light herself on fire, yeah. Maybe we'll do the same with the businessman. I'll give him a timestamp set 24 hours from now when I send the photo. It'll be kind of fun to schedule 2 deaths to occur around the same time, and it'll make tomorrow a very exciting day. Oh boy, oh boy. With my goal set, I load up the database of the deceased and get to work. Ah, this chick. Can you believe Noriko? June 8th, Monday. Interesting, because today is Monday as I'm recording this, but it's the 6th. So, very interesting. I'm rather proud of myself today. During my morning routine, I made sure to take my medication in the correct doses. I even washed it down with water. Good for you. You know, that's good to wash down your pills. I don't get people who can just swallow pills. That's strange to me. Without liquid. Okay, is what I'm saying. The best thing if you want to swallow a pill, though, if you want like help taking your medication, drink it with milk. Milk, you don't even like feel the pill in there because it's a little bit thicker. So it's not like water where you feel the pill when you're swallowing it. That's how I've kind of. I mean, I don't really take any medication. I take vitamins though. Didn't even interfere with my strict schedule. Still managed to catch the usual train. I go to the convenience store at the usual time, and I arrived at the office without a hitch. If I can keep up this dedication, this commitment to improving myself, I know I'll be stronger than ever, strong enough to fulfill Corpse Girl's ambitions. I greeted both Shinya and Tomoe when I came into the office, and even made small talk for a few minutes. Well, good for you. Since the day is nearly ended now, I'm going to make an effort to chat with them again before heading home. Being social will help me get through this. That's what Aoi used to tell me anyways, at least before she stopped being social herself. About 5:45 p.m., and although both of the latest victims should have killed themselves by now, I don't feel the need to obsessively check for the obituaries. I have a news alert set on my phone, of course. If it uncovers anything, I'll be notified. But even if it doesn't, I won't stress out. I'm playing it cool, stoic, unflinching Noriko. I wonder why she says that, because she seems to bring that up quite a lot. I wonder where that came from. The drone of the office always reaches its nadir at this time in the evening. Is that just another word I don't know? They've used a lot of cool words in this. I will say that. There's a lot of words that I'm just like, what does that mean? You don't hear about them. It's actually quite pleasant being able to sit in a quiet environment and feel the soft breeze of the air conditioner against my skin. I will take this time to slowly pack away my things and get ready for the journey home. As I take off my headphones and stretch my arms, Tomoe approaches me with a spring in her step.
Yeah, what up, slut?
Oh, yes, that's how I greet my friends, too. Yeah, totally. Hey, how's it going? About a week ago, I would have taken Tomoe's greeting as an insult. Now that I know her a little bit better, I can tell she's actually just being affectionate. Yeah, for sure. I have some friends that do stuff like that. That, like, we just kind of make fun of each other or whatever. And it's just like, yeah, we're just being friendly. But to other people, it probably seems like we're being rude. And especially when that friend does that to somebody else, like maybe one of my other friends that doesn't know them, like they take offense to it. And it's like, no, it's not meant to be offensive. Don't take it that way. Despite any differences we might have had once, she really seems to have warmed up to me lately.
Hello. How did your day go? You know, same old. What about you?
What about you? Still love the way she talks.
It went well, thanks. Good to hear. You know, Shinya and I are supposed to go out tonight, but... What's wrong? Hasn't he seemed, like, kinda off today?
I want to freaking see this guy ever.
He can barely look me in the eye. Really? I spoke to him this morning. He seemed okay. You don't reckon he's seen another woman, do ya?
I think he's got another woman coming after him. I'm really surprised that this guy could get 2 girls at the same time. I'm not saying Shinya's completely undesirable. I'm just saying he's not the type of person I would see going out and, like, getting a bunch of women, right? Or, like, being really proactive about it. He seems like someone who'd be way too shy or way too nervous to do that.
Another woman?
Some fragment of a memory, some glimpse of a murky recollection flutters around the corners of my mind, just out of reach. Shinya and another woman. Something's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't formulate my thoughts.
Shinya isn't the type to cheat, though, so I don't know.
Cheating? No, Shinya wouldn't do that. He was so nervous when he spoke to me about being pressured into sex. Oh, that's it. The memory was flitting around the edges of my consciousness, becoming to light. Shinya spoke to me hypothetically about being pressured into sex. Was that hypothetical? He said Tomoe wasn't the one pressuring him, so who was he talking about? Is this something I should talk to Tomoe about? If Shinya really is having a hard time acting different around Tomoe, then their relationship could be really in trouble. But is it even my place to say anything? Shinya spoke to me in confidence. He's my friend. And Tomoe is a friend too, but she seems genuinely worried about him. I take a deep breath. This is just office drama like usual. Noriko would normally just reject it all and ignore these people. She wouldn't give it a second thought. But that's unhealthy. Anxious, scared, weak Noriko. I don't want to be that girl anymore. I can be more than that. I'm improving day by day, and part of that improvement involves being more social. It's good for me, right? Shinya and Tomoe are my friends. People want their friends to be happy. That's normal. That's normal. That's normal. Right? I think so. Therefore, I want them to be happy. Together. I swallow hard and speak my mind.
Tomoe, I think that Shinya may be involved with another woman.
Or plot twist, it's another man.
What? Are you serious? Listen though, it's not exactly how it sounds. He came to me a little while ago and asked what to do if someone pressured him into sex. I know that you're not the one he was referring to, so I think he may be in trouble. I think someone else might be forcing him to do something he doesn't want to do.
Yes, I want to find out who it is. Like I said, I think it's his superior. Kotome Ida, is that her name?
What the fuck? He spoke to you about it, but not me?
WTF.
Tomoe, you seemed really depressed about it. I think he wanted to resolve the situation without having to worry you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame him. I feel like she would probably immediately think that he's cheating or something when it sounds like that's not the case.
Yeah, I get what you mean, but who the hell is trying to seduce him?
Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know who the frick wants this guy.
I'm afraid I have no clue about that. Sorry. Okay, that's fine. Thanks for telling me this anyway. Now at least I know something's up with him. I'm gonna speak to him. I'll make him cough up what's what.
I mean, yeah, on one hand, like, she just kind of told her about, like, some stuff that he spoke to her privately about. But I feel like this was kind of necessary. I feel like she kind of needed to. And I don't really know how much she cares about being friends with Shinya anyways. I feel like she's definitely lightened up to him. But if he got, like, real mad about it and wasn't her friend anymore, I don't think she'd cry about it, you know?
Are you sure that's the best thing to do? Yeah, because I'll let him know that I'll take care of everything. If some bitch is putting the moves on my Shinya, I'll smack him into the ground.
I believe her. Considering that past thing that happened between us, she would probably do that.
Of course. I don't know why I ever doubted you.
Tomoe grins despite her obvious frustration and gives me a thumbs up.
Thanks, gang. I'll keep you updated.
I just love how she calls us that.
Okay. Good luck.
She spins on her heel and leaves me behind. I think I did the right thing. Surely Tomoe will get to the bottom of the situation. I like how at the start of the game, I was like, I don't really care for Tomoe, but I'm starting to warm up to her. Like, I actually enjoy, like, hearing her keeping us updated with this whole situation. I'm curious to see how it's gonna, like, tie back in, because obviously we're involved in it just because of what happened with Aoi and stuff, and then, you know, we're kind of friends with Shinya, but it's curious to see, like, is this gonna loop into the bigger picture here of Corpse Girl? Obviously, Tomoe is already involved because she's used it to kill somebody. But we'll see where this goes. It's very, very interesting. It just seems like a side story right now, but I almost feel like it's going to be something bigger here. We'll see. I watch as she wanders over to Shinya's desk. They exchange a few words I can't hear from my position. Tomoe then leaves, and Shinya sluggishly lowers his head to rest against his desk. Now that Tomoe has left the office, only a handful of stragglers remain on the floor, myself and Shinya included. Oh boy, we're probably going to have to talk to him, and he's probably gonna be mad that we said something, but I feel like it was ultimately the right call. I feel like it was. Because he needs somebody to help him. It just seems like it's pretty hopeless for just him to figure it out himself. I find myself watching Shinya for more than a few minutes. He doesn't seem to notice my gaze is locked on him. A few more of my coworkers take their leave and an eerie quiet descends over the empty office floor. I remain in my chair, staring intently at Shinya's distraught face. We're the only ones still here. He doesn't show any signs of moving. It's kind of unnerving to see him like this. It's not like he's the peppiest or most energetic person I've ever met, but seems so drained and motionless makes me feel uncomfortable. I owe it to my newest convictions to go and talk to Shinya. More than that, I owe it to him. I find myself striding towards his desk before my mind even registers I'm moving.
Hey.
I'm slightly startled when he looks up immediately at me. His sudden movement is reminiscent of a corpse springing to life in a B-grade zombie film.
Oh, Noriko.
Not feeling well?
Not really. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be here if I'm unwell. I didn't mean to worry you.
Don't sweat it.
I'll, take my leave then.
No. I want to know what happened. He leaves now. I won't feel like I've done anything to help him. As awkward as it feels to pry into his personal affairs, I need to dig deeper if I'm going to try and help him feel better. This is the other thing. Like, Noriko is such an interesting character. Like, they really designed her well. Like, she's like this kind of nice, genuine person sometimes. And, you know, tries to go out of her way to help people. And then other times she's trying to kill people. It's this really split personality kind of going on here. Very interesting character. What should I even say? Oh, frick. We have another choice, guys. I'm probably going to go back and select the other choices. So if I have to go back and select the other choices for the other endings, I'm probably going to experience everything at some point. I have no idea, like, how the endings work in this. I don't know. Am I just going to get somebody's ending? Or how that's going to work? We're going to wait and see. So I'm just going to choose, and I'll go back and figure it out later.
Are you having trouble with Tomoe?
Shinya stares blankly for a few minutes before slowly opening his lips.
Somewhat. I think she can tell that I'm unhappy in our relationship.
He's unhappy. I swear it wasn't long ago that he was posting a noise about having found his true love.
Do you want to talk to me about it?
I don't want to overstep the boundaries of our relationship.
Come on. It's a bit late for that, isn't it? You asked me about sex not long ago.
That's true. But that was unprofessional of me.
Yeah, but he asked in the context of a friend. Because he went and approached Noriko as if they were friends. He's like, hey, now that we're friends, can I ask you a more personal question? Then he went on to talk about this hypothetical person pressuring him for sex.
Tell me why you're unhappy with Tomoe.
Promise not to tell her, okay? I
Yeah,
want
'cause
to
that
be the
went well
one to
last
let her
time.
know when the time is right.
Of course.
The truth is, there's someone else. Someone else I've been intimate with.
Wow. Okay. Wow, so he's just straight up cheating, and like it's not like someone pressuring him into it. Really, he's just doing it. Same as someone else who's been pressuring him into sex.
Huh,
I mean,
see.
he could still be being pressured into sex, but like he's intimate with them. So I mean, I feel like he is cheating, whether or not he's having sex.
It's an affair, then?
Even if flinches is at the word, like I just let some unforgivable curse slip from my lips.
Affair is such a mature term for it. I wouldn't call it that.
Is it like someone like flirting with you and they're just getting really comfortable and close with you and you kind of just let it happen? Like,
I see. Are you able to tell me who the other woman is?
I can't do that. Sorry. I want to protect her.
I nod to feign understanding. He wants to protect this other woman, but he doesn't want Tomoe to know. So in a way, he's trying to protect her too. So I said it's probably Kotomi Ida, his superior at work. I mean, the other one's not going to be like Aoi or something, is it? Like they're not going to throw some curveball like this, are they? I just don't know who else it would be. The whole situation sounds messed up to me. I don't know if he's having a genuine affair, if he's just trying to cover up the fact that someone is abusing him. Yeah, it could be like a totally different situation. I don't feel like I'm going to get a straight answer out
I
of him.
should go. Please, don't mention any of this to Tomoe. I swear I'll tell her myself, but when the time is right.
He nods almost as if to reassure himself that his own words are true. He grabs his bag and gently pushes past me on a path towards the elevator.
Good night, Noriko.
Good night.
Okay, have a good night. And just like that, I find myself alone in the office, alone and without any more answers. At that very moment of despair, my phone rings out like a beacon of hope. I bring it to my eyes and see a message from Shinya emblazoned across the screen. Just 2 words. There it is, guys. Okay. I threw out the Aoi one. I wasn't too sure about that. That just seemed like it would be really out there. I threw that out as a backup in case I was totally wrong. But I was right. So, here we go. The executive of Shinya's career in her hands. The very same woman who blames Shinya for the mishap of hiring Aoi. Okay, this one just made the most sense. You guys have heard my thoughts on it. I'll recap it if you don't remember. I think it was that way because maybe she wanted something out of him and she knew that he needed something to help his career stay afloat, or he might have gotten fired or might have gotten to a point where he would never move up in the ranks. And now he's stuck in a situation where he has to give her something. He has to be intimate with her in order to possibly keep his job and to keep moving up the corporate ladder, because she pretty much holds that in her hands. And this is very much an abuse of power, if I say so myself. But I did see this coming. I have mentioned this before a couple times. So the whole situation was more in depth than I originally thought. I never thought about it. It was never about Aoi. It was about her relationship with Shinya. Just like that, I suddenly have even more questions. Is Shinya in a genuine relationship with Kotomi, or is she using him just like I initially thought? I think she's using him, but we'll see. Rubbed my eyes and let out a sigh of exhaustion. Steam and suds fill my vision as a pleasant torrent of hot water sprays across my body. That's like the most coolest way to say you're taking a shower. Like, can we just appreciate that for a moment? Steam and suds fill my vision as a pleasant torrent of hot water sprays across my body. That's the coolest way I've ever heard someone say they're taking a shower. Tiles in the shower wall are polished to a pearly sheen, so much I can see my own hulking and beautifully ugly reflection in them. The shadow in the reflection has dark, matted hair in her eyes. I don't know if she can see me like I can see her. I wipe my hair from my eyes and stare into space, trying to shake the abstract thought from my mind. It wasn't until my phone springs to life from the bathroom countertop my thoughts return to the present. I startle at the noise. Peer through the shower's glass, but it's impossible to make out the name flash on the phone screen thanks to the steam that's fogged up the glass. Aoi is the only person who regularly calls me, so it could be her ringing. I could see it being Koji. It could be a spam caller trying to sell me something I don't really need, but I may just cave in and buy it anyways because it's a nice feeling that someone thought to call me. Sure, we can go with that. Yeah, they totally thought to call you personally. Yeah, it's not like they'll just call anybody. I open the shower door and tiptoe out, my wet and dripping body causing pools of water to form in the bathroom floor. A deft hand snatches up my phone, and I clutch it to my chest as I retreat back into the shower. The water never stopped running, and it greets me with a welcome warmth as I bask in it once more. My phone is a fairly new model, so it's conveniently waterproof. I take advantage of this feature on occasion. I'm pretty sure most of the phones I've had in the past so many years have been waterproof, but I don't bring them in. I don't bring them in the shower with me. I don't bring them in the water, okay? Like, I have used my phone in the shower before. For sure. I like to maybe listen to music or watch videos while I'm showering. It's nice to be able to submerge myself in water and browse the web to truly escape my own thoughts. Heavy droplets smack against the phone and dribble down, but my eyes ignore them as they scan the screen. The incoming call is a voice chat request from noise user Koji. Kojiro is calling me. I answer the call.
Noriko?
Hey.
He just hears the shower running in the background.
Hi. Good time?
Sure.
Mad. Wanted to tell you something.
I like how that's his, like, signature, like, okay. Like, not like rad or like cool or yeah. Mad. Mad.
I saw a post on... This call has static.
Sorry, it's just the shower running.
Oh, in the shower?
He's like, oh, okay. You know, I'm actually calling you from the toilet right now. But what a crazy coincidence.
Yeah?
Huh. Okay. Well,
It'd be a little awkward if you just heard him pissing in the background.
sorry. Awkward now.
Really, it's fine. What did you want to tell me?
Okay. Saw a new post on Noise Chan today. Posted this afternoon. Might interest you.
Message board noise channel is often affectionately referred to as noise chan by certain frequent users. Not really surprised that Kojiro is the type to call it
What
that.
was the post about?
Well, someone wrote this. I quote, "Hey, so today I got a strange gore photo from a number I don't have in my contacts." Continuing, "Not sure what the deal is. It was gross though. Wondering if any hackers can trace the number or something?" End quote. Thoughts?
Strange gore photo from a number I don't have in my contacts. Wow, who can that be?
Sounds like Corpse Girl has struck again.
Right? Thought the same thing.
Wonder who wrote the post. Kojiro mentioned the post was written today, and the original poster wrote that they received a photo today. Means it can only be one of two people, either of my latest victims. The carbon copy businessman or the attractive semi-famous singer, idol, actor, whatever, woman.
So, who wrote this post anyway?
Don't know. Anonymous.
Of course, it was a stupid question. No one would attach their name to such a
Was
strange
hoping
post.
you could tell me.
How would I know?
Well, you're Corpse Girl, right?
Okay, good. Alright, thankfully Kojiro's figuring this one out. I feel like this is so obvious to him by this point. This again, Kojiro just doesn't let it slide. Why does he suspect me now? What did I do this time? Kojiro's not dumb, okay? Like, it's so obvious. It doesn't matter what you did this time. You've been doing stuff every time.
It's okay. We can discuss later. Oh yeah, the original post has a reply.
It does?
I'll read it too. Quote, "You got this too? Was the gore photo a picture of yourself? I'm worried. Received a similar pic from the same number. Continuing, thinking about contacting the police. Not sure if I'm overreacting."
Interesting. So it's possible both of the people she just sent messages to are on Noise Channel.
End quote.
So the first post received a reply. That's very interesting that they both happened to meet each other. Interesting, very interesting. Both posters talked about receiving a photo. That can only mean that one of them is the boring businessman and one of them is a semi-famous woman. The fact that they both taken the discussion online instead of just slitting their own throats is rather troubling. Because most people wouldn't do that. But the photo's not convincing enough to make them kill themselves. They're not enticing enough to summon another entity to snuff out their souls. Was this attempt just to repeat the failure I had with the twin woman?
Anyway, enjoy your shower. Let's talk tomorrow, Corpse Girl.
I'm so glad he's just calling her that now. Before I can interject, Kojiro ends the call. He's once again assuming my true identity. He's assuming correctly, but that's beside the point. Honestly, yeah, maybe it doesn't matter too much. Maybe this will actually save me some time after. I feel like he's pretty open and receptive to it. Like, he knows you're Corpse Girl. He's not threatening you to, like, reveal your secret or anything. He just wants to let you know what's going on. Like, hey, your two people you're targeting seem to be talking to each other. If he already knows, and Corpse Girl should be easy to strike a deal with him in exchange for access to a fresh supply of cadavers. That is, if I decide to walk the path and take this game to the next level. Thinking of it through, I may very well have to go ahead and do that. My last 3 victims have not ended their lives as I planned. My success rate is very, very low. I would actually say I wouldn't say it's high, but it's not low either. Like, you've gotten a few people. That's a depressing fact, and the one that the old Noriko would probably thrown a tantrum over, but not me, not new and improved Noriko. I turn off the running water and step out the shower. A shiver scruddles down my spine like a spider as the cold, damp air clings to my naked form. Throwing my phone on the bathroom counter, I reach for the towel and wrap it around my corpulent, emaciated body. The thick flab of my skeletal arms jiggles as I dry myself off. When I'm satisfied that my fleshy and cadaverous body is completely dry, I grab a second towel and wrap it around my hair. A cursory glance in the mirror as I leave the bathroom reveals my gaunt face and prominent cheekbones. I get the feeling that even though I've been gaining weight, I am thinning out more and more. Although my body isn't perfect, I'm still in love with my eyes. I wouldn't change a thing about them. While my frame simultaneously grows plumper and slimmer, I hope my eyes will always stay the same. Flick off the bathroom light as I exit, entering my bedroom. I sit down on the bed with a towel around my body and another one around my hair. My laptop is lying open on the sheets, so I pull it towards me. A few clever keywords in a search engine quickly leads me to the post on Noise Channel that Kojiro just informed me about. Sure enough, he was telling the truth. The original poster submitted this just today, and the follow-up reply was submitted shortly right after. I skimmed through the text to see if there are any clues about either poster's identity. However, nothing really stands out. I retain my assumptions that my 2 latest victims created these posts. Spend a little time applying various moisturizer creams to my skin before getting dressed in my bedwear. I'm feeling pretty relaxed by the time I finish. Perhaps I'll spend the rest of the evening reading a book in bed. Or I could try and plan out my next move, Kojiro. Should I come forward and claim my identity, request access to his morgue? That's a big step. This seems to be the time for me to make a bold move. I can't keep working on requests that are doomed to fail. I need to start succeeding. For me. For Corpse Girl. I pull my laptop to me once more and begin to brainstorm my plans. Yeah, I feel like the only way that things are going to work out for her is if she keeps making more allies. Getting more people on her side. It was Tuesday evening. Okay. Should be here right now. It's pretty clear about meeting at 5:30 p.m. It's already 5:45 and he isn't even in sight. I thought for sure that he wouldn't miss a chance to meet up with me again. Can't contain my nerves. I try to tell myself that I'm only angry because of trepidation, but I'm not really actually angry at him. This is a big moment for me. I've never once revealed my identity to anyone. I assume he will take it in stride. I wouldn't be going through with this if I didn't firmly believe that. My neck jerks in reaction to his voice.
There you are.
I'm late?
Make a point of checking the time on my phone and nod.
Traffic?
Oh, the way he talks. Mad. Saws.
You drove here?
No.
Okay.
What did you want to discuss?
I have a request for you. And a confession.
Kojiro's eyes widen and he looks at
Knew
me
it.
up and down. I blink and look down at the ground. He's known for some time. I was fooling myself thinking my stupid attempts to raise suspicion of my identity were working
You're
on
going
it.
to confess your love. Been waiting for this moment.
Freaking Chad. I love it.
Wait. No, that's not.
She's blushing.
Shh. No more words. I accept your heart.
Kojiro, I don't.
Call me
This guy.
Koji now. We're one. No need to be
Ew.
shy.
Ew.
Ugh.
This isn't getting me anywhere. Thanks to my frustration and nervousness, I simply blurt out my true confession.
I'm Corpse Girl.
Kojiro doesn't react. Well, he cocks his head a few degrees to the side, slowly and surely. If you can even call that a reaction to my sudden
Yes.
outburst.
Okay. So, a kiss to commemorate our love?
He's just like, oh yeah, sure, I already knew that. But you love me? Great. Let's seal the deal here.
Did you even
Consummate
hear what I
our
just
love.
Of course.
said? I'm Corpse Girl. I'm the one behind the corpse photos and the deaths and.
She's just like, you ruined my moment. This is supposed to be special. It's supposed to be a big reveal. It's kind of strange to say these things aloud. For some reason, it leaves a sour and bitter taste in my mouth that I can't
Yes,
swallow.
I know. Knew it since our first noise chat.
Okay, good. I'm glad it was obvious to him because it was obvious to everybody else.
Our first noise chat?
Remember? You messaged me late at night. Asked me if I knew about Corpse Girl.
Is that what tipped you off? You assumed I was her just because I mentioned her?
No.
Then. How? How did you figure it out?
But yeah, you started talking about victims.
You asked me to look up names. Names of Corpse Girl's victims.
Yeah, that was so obvious that it was you, and you're a girl. And if you were a guy, you'd probably, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. I did, huh? That was stupid of me.
Yeah, you said a lot of stupid stuff. Like, the Norco, this isn't a surprise to anyone except you, okay?
I suppose that gave it away.
No. Other people could have known those names.
Then. Come on. Throw me a bone here. How'd you find out?
Okay, let's name the 10 other things you did.
said you requested Eiichi Hanada's death.
The guy died in a traffic accident. I remember that I lied to Kojiro about being the one to request his death. It was the only way I could escape his suspicion at the time. If I remember correctly, it threw him off my trail for a little while. It sounds like it didn't, though. He believed I was the one who requested the death, so that explained how I knew he was one of Corpse Girl's victims. But if Kojiro is telling me now is true, then my lie actually had the opposite effect. How did it make him figure out my identity?
I don't understand. I confessed to requesting Eiichi Hanada's death. So what?
That was a lie.
Even so, I still don't understand. You're not making any sense.
Kojiro's shoulders drop. He stares at me intently. Oh boy, that's like the scary look.
You lied about requesting Eiichi Hanada's death. That lie proved to me that you were Corpse Girl.
Yes, but how? Tell me!
Yeah, I would love to know his... Oh, this CG,
I
it
was the
looks so
one who
awesome.
requested Eiichi Hanada's death.
Let's go. Oh, okay. Can we? I'll be quiet for a second. Gosh, that was such a good moment. Such a good moment. Oh. Kojiro's deadpan countenance makes his claims believable beyond all doubt. I feel the blood
I
draining from my
submitted his
face.
photo to Corpse Girl's website. Imagine my surprise when you claimed that you did it.
Dang, he's got you there. He freaking played her. He said he never used it. He said he never used it.
That lie made it clear. You knew his name. You knew he died.
Dang, he's got you there.
You knew he was Corpse Girl's victim.
Well, that's kind of scary. This guy obviously was playing her pretty well. If he turns on her, that could screw her over hard.
Ergo, you are Corpse Girl.
Despite my dazed state, I can't fault his logic. I took credit for something Kojiro did. Of course, that would paint me as a liar in his eyes.
So, you've known this whole time,
Yes.
and yet you still met up with me. And not just today, but at the cafe too.
Yes.
Aren't you scared of me?
I don't know. I think you should be scared of him, honestly. Like, he knew all this. He was playing you. You had no freaking idea. No idea. I would say he's a lot scarier than you.
No, that's not the way I'd put it. You should be scared of me.
Yep.
After all, I requested the death. Had motive for murder, even if I didn't carry it out personally.
Yeah?
Imagine what else I'm capable of.
Oh, yeah. And you already know he finds you attractive. You know, that could lead places. I subconsciously take a step back from Kojiro's suddenly looming form.
From our discussions, I know you don't kill your victims. You just nudge them, urge them, tempt them with death as an escape from their fear. You're no murderer. What reason have I to fear you?
I mean, I knew Kojiro was smart, but Kojiro everything figured out. He knows exactly where he stands against her. He knows exactly what the situation is. He knows everything about Corpse Girl's methods. Kojiro is a dangerous enemy. I don't know. We'll have to see if he's an enemy or not. I could see him being an ally still. Or a powerful ally. It's up to me to decide whether he's with me or against me. I recall our conversation at the cafe. He claimed that he would support Corpse Girl if she came to him for assistance. He's a fan. He would support her obediently, no questions asked, as long as the price was right. So all I have to do is make an offer he can't refuse.
Johnny,
Mm-hmm.
help me. Help Corpse Girl rid this fucking world of the fetid filth that infests it.
I decided to quote a certain passage from a book that Kojiro himself gave me, a paragraph from Strange Flower that has stuck with me for some time.
There's a certain beauty in death, a macabre certainty, an absolute state of finality.
Nobel Sinclair.
You understand what I'm talking about. You work with cadavers for a living. The dead can't hurt you. They can't betray you. They can't disobey, or object, or disapprove. Wouldn't it be better if we were all beautiful like that?
Perhaps.
Gosh, this took like big unexpected turn.
Didn't expect Corpse Girl to be so vain.
Like, I don't think any of this is like a huge surprise, but it is a big turn of events. Like, I am surprised, but I'm not. Like, it doesn't surprise me that he has it all figured out, but I definitely didn't expect them to make this such like a cool scene, like with him looking down at us like this. It's very menacing, to say the least. And you got the music in the background, which is really strong and powerful. I love it. Didn't expect Corpse Girl to be so vain, huh?
Is your motivation simply to impart your own ideas of beauty to the world?
But yeah, I feel like Kojiro is gonna be like, your mission's kind of whatever. It's just kind of selfish, you know?
No,
There's more to it.
of course. Me, myself, Noriko, may be vain. But Corpse Girl isn't burdened by such petty notions. Her ambition is pure. Her ambition is crucial to the survival of the entire human race.
Thought I had a big ego. You're so self-important. Both you and Corpse Girl.
I don't expect you to understand. Not yet.
So I definitely feel like, yeah, he's right on the money. He's calling it like he sees it, but I don't think that will disqualify him from working with her. I think he's gonna point out like, hey, you're selfish, you're vain, you're self-important, but you know, I'll work with you. I'll help you.
But I've realized that I can't do everything alone. I need your help. I need cadavers.
I see. What's in it for me?
This is a critical point of our negotiation, yes, because he said he wants something for him. It'd all fall apart here if I don't offer something that Kojiro considers worth the risk. The question is, what does he want? What does he desire? I know he's into you. Could do that. We'll see where she
I
goes.
propose an equal partnership. You'll reap half of the benefits from Corpse Girl's work.
Half the benefits? What does that mean? I know that in the back of my mind, however, it's the only feasible solution I can come up with if I planned out the encounter last night. The tactic relies completely on my assumed understanding of Kojiro's innermost desires. If I'm wrong about him, then this whole thing will blow up in my face.
Corpse Girl will create more death than you could ever imagine. Think of all the fresh corpses you could get your eager little hands on.
Kojiro shakes his head, his lips pursed in a thin line of disapproval.
Sorry. Already got my fill of corpses. Ward's full enough as it is.
Narrow my eyes and stand my ground. I can't back down. Now I'm so close to unraveling him and his secrets. Okay, so he doesn't need more corpses. He needs more interesting corpses. He needs ones that are killed in extraordinary ways. He wants to be intrigued. Okay, I think that's where they're going with this. And I think that's the card she's going to play with him.
You've always wanted to mimic Nobel Sinclair. I can see it in your face, in your very soul, whenever you praise his work.
Gosh, she's going like full like yandere looking right now. She's got the look. Her voice just changed. She sounded a lot more confident.
You want to emulate his actions and experience his escapades firsthand.
I can see
You
that.
want to dress up corpses, take them out to dinner, perform all manner of bizarre social experiments with the dead. It's your passion. But living vicariously through Nobel Sinclair's books isn't enough for you anymore. And that's where your fascination with me, with Corpse Girl, stems from.
Okay, I would actually agree with that assessment. We'll see if he agrees.
As soon as you figured me out, you knew I was your gateway to satisfying your lust for the macabre. You work with cadavers all day, every day. But you can't get them out of the morgue with eyes on you at all times. But I can. I have the perfect plan on how to withdraw all the corpses we could ever need. Half of them for you, and half of them for me. An equal partnership.
Interesting, interesting. And my speech and like Kojiro bask in my words. I was hoping I was convincing enough to sway him, and I hope and I pray that I'm correct about his sickest desires. His reaction isn't exactly what I was expecting. He laughs a big hearty guffaw that scares a few nearby birds and sends them flying to safety. Clapping his hands together slowly, he inches closer towards me so I can feel his breath across my face.
Figured me out? I'll play along. Say there's a way to get corpses out of the morgue without getting busted. Don't you think I'd have found it by now?
Perhaps you're not as clever as you think you are.
Perhaps.
Interesting. Noriko managed to get up onto his level. That was good. That was what she needed to do in order to convince him.
Do you have the answer?
I do. I guarantee it will work.
A bead of sweat forms in the back of my neck. I'm not exactly bluffing because I planned out this whole scenario in detail. Interesting. So it almost seems like she kind of went into this knowing something like this might happen. It's this interesting game. Like these are two people who are going to work together, but at the same time, it's almost like they're completely against each other. Very interesting situation. Like they're both kind of having to fight for what the other or for what they want out of it. They have to make sure that they're not getting screwed over. But until I actually try to pull off such a maneuver, I can only speculate that it will work. I need to exaggerate my confidence long enough for us to rally together.
Something about you makes you seem trustworthy.
What that could be.
So be it. Consider us partners. For now.
You accept?
Sure. Don't make me regret it. But listen. What I do with my share of corpses is my business. No nosing about. Got it?
You still want to keep secrets, even if we'll be working together? Shouldn't we be open and honest and build a trusting partnership?
You certainly haven't started off your friendship that way. You both were kind of lying to each other.
Here's the deal. You don't pry, and I'll assist you with Corpse Girl's work. I'll help you craft your elaborate photos. No charge. I get privacy, you get an assistant.
Interesting.
Mutually
Okay.
beneficial. Wouldn't you agree?
I think about his offer. It's true that I don't really need to know what he's going to do with the corpses on offer. The whole thing is illegal already, so he wants to take it further. That's not on me. And if I can get some assistance, it'll surely help me churn out photos at a faster rate. I'll need muscle to move bodies for starter. That alone is worth keeping my nose clean.
Okay, we have a deal.
Glad to hear it.
Kojiro extends a hand and I grip it as firmly as my frail bones will allow. We shake once and Kojiro offers me a surprisingly warm smile. His intense, murderous demeanor suddenly vanishes as he reverts to his awkward, alien self.
Sounds about the love confession stuff before. Too late now, but I'd have helped Corpse Girl in return for a simple date.
Yeah, interesting. He always seemed like such a kind of aloof guy, and then he can get really serious. But at the end, he's just like, yeah, if you would have just went out on a date with me, probably would have helped you anyways. Did I come up with some elaborate insight to his psyche and his desire for absolutely no reason? Was all he wanted was a chance to take me out?
No backing out now. We've got a deal, right?
Right. Welcome to the team, Kojiro.
Team Corpse Girl, huh? Well, it's good to be on board. My more connection, your schemes. We hoist piles of corpses out and split the stack 50-50. That the whole of it?
To put it simply, yeah. And I get your assistance with Corpse Girl's work. A reward for keeping my eyes shut.
Of course. Looking forward to that. A spoken contract's as good as anything to me. I'm satisfied. When do we start?
Soon. There's only one thing missing from my plan.
That is?
We need somewhere to store the bodies we retrieve. Somewhere big, with no one to meddle in our business.
Well, guys, are you getting it now? Are you getting it? Corpse Factory? Corpse Factory. Corpse Factory.
I'm thinking an old warehouse or something like that.
A warehouse, huh? What about an abandoned factory? I might know a place.
A factory?
An abandoned factory for all of our corpse collection. We could call it a corpse factory. I like the sound of that. Interesting. Pretty late by the time I get back home, I'm completely wiped out. The conversation with Kojiro took way more out of me than I would have guessed. My entire mouth feels parched and dry, probably due to a combination of nervousness and talking too much. Still, I'm happy with the end result. That meeting was worth stepping out of my comfort zone for. She actually played it really well. That second half, the first half she was like kind of caught off guard, but once she like, I don't know, she almost like changed her mood. Like, you know how I've said she kind of has different personalities and stuff. Like she kind of like just snapped like that. And, well, not snapped as in mad, but, like, she switched personalities at the snap of a finger. And then she, like, took control of the situation. Or at least, like, leveled it out. So it wasn't just him being higher than her. Like, they were very even ground. I'll wait for Kojiro to get back to me about the abandoned factory. Once we secure a location like that, our real work will begin. I figured that I should turn in for the night since I need to be at the office in the morning. But the ever-present tug of curiosity pulls at my sleeve, and I feel myself being drawn to my laptop. I'll take a quick look for new requests, just a peek. Laptop open and logged in, I feel a surge of endorphins slug me across the face when I see a notification for one new request. Squealing like an overly excited schoolgirl, I open the message and view the details. Oh. Interesting. Okay. Alright, I'll give you guys a second. Who requested this? You should know. You should know. I'll give you a second. Say it to yourself. Tomoe. Okay. Woman middle-aged with a certain expression, well-groomed and dressed in business attire. Or, okay. I'm not going to say it's 100% sure, Tomoe. It could be Shinya. This would get Shinya out of his bad situation. So, Tomoe has already requested a death, so it's entirely possible that they're trying to introduce someone who is not requested a death before. I don't think we've had anybody request 2 deaths. I think everyone's only done it once. So it could be Shinya. Shinya has not done it yet. But we'll see. We'll see. Immediately familiar. Kotomi Ida. In complete disbelief. Seeing this request come through, this sight gives me a disorienting sense of deja vu. I rack my brain for the cause, wondering if I've lived this moment before. The answer hits me quickly despite my mind's exhaustion. Kotomi Ida isn't the first coworker of mine to have her death requested. Though I didn't know at the time, Akane Surumaki also worked in the building, and her death was requested not all that long ago. Kotomi Ida marks the second person to be wanted dead within my company, and she's an exec just like Surumaki. What if this is simply a coincidence? Surely it has to be. After all, Tomoe confessed that she was the one to request Surumaki's death, and she seemed to regret doing so. Therefore, I have to doubt she'd go to upload Kotomi Ida's photo to the website. Oh boy. So maybe I was totally wrong on Tomoe, because yeah, she has requested one, and she regretted it. So I did say Shinya. I'm gonna stick with Shinya then, maybe. She's the most likable person, but who really is. She deals with the juniors on my phone on a regular basis. The juniors like me, Tomoe, Shinya. That's right. Thanks to Kotomi, Shinya's prospects at the company are dead in the dirt. And that's before even diving into the true issue of their current relationship. Would he request her death as retribution? He doesn't seem like the type, but I let it aside. I'm far too tired to run through the myriad of possibilities tonight. I don't think I can even bring my weary fingers to navigate to the database of the deceased to start on this request. I'll tackle this tomorrow. No matter the reasons behind the request, Kotomi Ida will receive a corpse photo. That's my conviction as corpse girl, after all. I close the lid of my laptop and throw myself down on the bed, begging for sleep to claim me quickly. Gosh, the pacing of this game is crazy. Like, just boom, 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 boom. Like, there's things happening right after one another.
I need to talk to you.
Gosh, so good. But I am going to end it here. I think that's a great place to stop. We have a motive for what this next episode is going to be about. And then obviously we're working with Koji, so we're going to be starting the corpse factory. Crazy stuff going on. I mean, this episode was really good. Really good. And the last episode's been good. This game is just... It's been great. It's been really good. I'm really excited for it. But anyways, guys, I am going to end it here. And hopefully you guys are looking forward to the next episode as much as I am. Like, that was some crazy moments in this. I really liked that moment with Koji and the CG and everything. It was so good. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next episode. Have a good one.